and this meeting is being recorded. Do we have, who is absent, actually? Shall we
So
call
let me
roll?
yeah, we'll do roll call. Alanis,
Here.
Baltasar Saba, Bañales, Brown. Brown is here. Brown, Don, can you unmute?
I'm here.
Okay. Can you also turn on your camera?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why it's
Okay.
not working right now.
Corrigan,
Here.
Munoz. Here. And Park.
Here.
And then can we have a motion to excuse absences, both Blanca and Daniela, I'm sorry, and Victoria emailed to let us know that they will not be able to make it. So can I get a motion to approve, to excuse their absences?
I'll motion to excuse the absences.
Second.
Okay,
Can I get a second?
I second.
That was
Barbara second.
Alanis? Oh, Corrigan.
Yes.
Corrigan. Okay, and then I have to do roll call again
Oh,
for I, to yes, for approval. Alanis,
Yes.
Brown,
Yeah,
Corrigan,
yes.
Munoz,
yes.
and Park.
Yes.
Okay, motion passes.
Did everyone receive the minutes of from the May 20th meeting?
Mhm.
Were there any additions or corrections? Can I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I motion to approve the minutes of May.
20th.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
I have to do roll call.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Alanis,
Yes.
Brown,
yes.
Corrigan,
Yes.
Munoz,
Yes,
and Park.
Yes.
Motion to approve consent agenda passes, which will include the 8 minutes. We're on to next item 3, which is items removed from consent agenda, which we do not have any. So next item would be presentations.
Okay, does anyone have a presentation to make? No? Oral communications. Have we any, Alicia?
Yes. Does the public or do the trustees have anything they would like to comment about or add or anything upcoming?
Yes. I would like to say something.
Okay.
I attended a press conference with the farmers and with a few other community members, and they want to protect the city limit, the urban city limit, so that we can protect our rich soil here in this community. And they're having a party tomorrow at the Slough Brewery. So I just wanted to let you guys know if you would like to join us. It will be at 5:30. And yeah,
Where is it?
at the Slough Brewery.
Elkhorn's.
On Hunger Way.
Yeah, on airport.
okay.
I've never been there.
Oh, no, it's not on
I'm sure
airport.
where, but it's gonna be a new place for me, so. Not much of a drinker, but I'll go. They're gonna be collecting signatures pretty soon, so I guess they're gonna speak about all this tomorrow. They're gonna just, speak about how you can participate or how you can help and collecting signatures, and specific more details will be given tomorrow at the party. But that's all I have right now.
Okay, and what time is it?
It's gonna be at 5:30.
5:30, okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
I just wanted to share something. The YWCA of Watsonville held its preschool graduation on the 25th, where 43 preschoolers and their families participated in a graduation ceremony. Of course, it was drive-through. And they were given their certificates. All the kids were wearing cap and gown and leis and things of that nature.
Thank you.
Their cars were chalked up and balloons were flying, and it was quite a wonderful celebration because this is really the foundation for their continued learning in literacy and arts and math development. And our council member, Aurelio Gonzalez, was there with us too, where we did some quick advocacy work to continue to look for ways to finance the library. So he knows that it's on everyone's radar that we need to have the library financed and budgeted into the general fund in one way or another. So he was sort of surrounded by a couple of women there, reminding him to look for other avenues. If you're not going to use one pot, find another one. So I just wanted to share that with everyone, because I think that whenever there's an opportunity to chit chat with your city council person, this is a wonderful opportunity to talk to them about the library and the importance of funding the library so that we continue to offer these critical services to families and to young children and to students and so on, and to surrounding counties too as well. So I just wanted to share that with everyone.
Diane, I'm going to email you later so I can get more information for you so that we can partner with them too, and also segue into our challenge that we have, this 1,000 before kindergarten reading challenge. And
Great.
so it encourages the preschoolers to start introducing them into the library, and they can get a library card, and we can bring the biblio van out to the site.
That would be perfect. Alicia,
All right.
I actually had, I have a meeting each month with all the administrators of state funded programs. And so that was one of the requests, that they wanted to see whether or not the biblio van could come to their programs,
All right.
because I found that as a real helpful way to establish that connection, and to also make sure that all the children have library cards too. So thanks for reminding me of that.
Yes.
And I also meet each Monday with Superintendent Sabah. We host a childcare provider COVID informational meeting every Monday morning from 10 to 11. And so that's another opportunity for us to get the word out about the library
Absolutely.
too. So anything like that, we're happy to help get the word out.
Absolutely. Yeah, so if you don't mind shooting me an email with that information, and then we'll get that on our calendar.
Okay.
All right.
Diane,
Uh-huh.
Diane, maybe we can connect later. So there's a few toys for preschoolers that I have to donate, and books. I don't know if those should go to the library or where I should. They're for preschool though. So since you were talking about the preschoolers, the blocks, they're all learning toys. So
That'd be
they're all just
great.
about building skills and just learning
Sure.
skills of all different types. So if you can just remind me later, because yeah, sometimes
All
I'm
right.
gonna forget.
I
Thank
will.
you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Okay.
So if anyone else, I'll just put another plug. We also work very closely with family childcare providers too. And that is really the childcare segment that cares for many, many of our children. And so they're always needing resources too. So if anyone comes across, gently used items, just let me know, and I'd be happy to share those with the family childcare providers in the city limits of Watsonville. So thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you.
I just had one little quick thing to say. I had an experience, just went down to the library, the little free children's project kit that they give out each week. And it was just really nice. When I called, they said, yes, come on down. very friendly over the phone. The woman that I got it from was just super friendly, and both my granddaughters who were 6 really enjoyed it. So that's a really good program, or not program, but thing that you've got going on. So I just thought I'd let you know, I decided to take advantage of that and see what it was all about. And it was really, really nice. I'm really happy you guys do that.
Great, thank you.
Sure.
So in regards to my oral communications, an update on the reopening of our library. So both of the main libraries, both floors are open for browsing. There is no time limits. And there is no restrictions on how many people can come in. We also have signs up that, if you're not vaccinated, we would like for you to wear your mask. But so their masks are encouraged, but we're not really requiring them, because I feel like the library shouldn't be in the position of policing. We'll leave it up to the individual. Staff are, though, when they're out in the public, are wearing their masks. And when we are in our own private spaces, we aren't putting on masks. However, staff members that are not vaccinated are still required to wear their masks. So just letting you know. We've also expanded more computer library use to open more stations in the lab. And also at Freedom, we've expanded to more browsing, also no time limits or restrictions on individuals coming in. And there's computer use in both the main part of the Freedom Library and also in the children's. And then starting on July 26th, we're slowly phasing in all our services. So the study room access will start on July 26th. As a reminder, we're in phase 3 of our reopening plan. And so the study rooms will be able to be used and checked out via library card for 2 hours per day. However, we are going to limit 1 person in the room, because as you may have already heard in the news, COVID cases are on the rise again. And so we're still implementing precautionary measures. We also plan to expand our hours in the fall. And so I will have more up on that in August. In regards to our strategic work plan update, I'm really excited. We partnered this summer with Pajaro Valley Unified School District and also with Community Bridges. And so we are doing lunch, a component of lunch at the library, but ours is lunch with the library. We in itself are not giving out food, but I was able to attain a grant from the Pacific Library Partnership in the amount of $7,000. And what we're doing is we're going with our Biblio van to 9 sites this summer to promote our services. Also to give out, each child will get a free book. There's also games where they can win STEAM kits. And also we are giving away, as part of our summer reading program, we're signing up children for the program and also explaining our services and how they can earn prizes along the way. So it's been really exciting. I have a picture to show. This is Pajaro Park. And there's the van. And with this grant, we were also able to purchase outreach materials. So that banner is new. This tablecloth is new. And there's another tablecloth on the other side that has our logo and it's in white. And so as you can see, we had 40 plus people showed up at this event. And so we were at, we're going to go to the YWCA next week too.
Yay.
So, and so we have in total, like I said, 9 sites that we're visiting this summer, and we're hoping to continue this partnership next summer also. And then that's one of our partners. And then also in regards to our budget, I think you saw it in our minutes. It's the way the city handles the budget, it's a little confusing. I know you see a lot of numbers in the red, but some of those are because it's for encumbrances and then also an unanticipated costs for salaries and the high cost of salaries and benefits and PERS that we have to pay. in regards to that. So that's why you see that. But I'm gonna have Luz explain it a little bit much more better. Because we want to make sure, we want to let you know that we're really not in the negative. Go ahead, Luz.
Okay, so the thing is when we appropriate our budget, we appropriate it by an estimate of what we think our sales tax is going to be. So, and this charges out, as you guys are aware, the city only funds the library at 501 for 500,000. That's what we get from the general fund of the library. So when they enter all this into our system, that's what we have to show that is budgeted. So it shows here that we went 86,000, but if you look at my, the encumbrances is for things that we're no longer going to do. Like we had this 20,000 right here, that was for our security system, our security guard and our contracting services that we're no longer doing. So this is actually 20,000 that we're not going to spend. This 19,000 up here, that's for the Khalifa grant that we get. It's our scenic grant, and that's over expand of, I believe it's 7 years, if I'm correct, Alicia. But when they do it, they put it in for the 7 years. So that's 19,000 that we're going to spend over a 7-year gap. So that's why it looks like we're spending a lot. This 2,000 right here, that was for the Parks and Rec guide that we also didn't do because of COVID. All of these other reds are, all these reds in the up, if you go a little bit higher, Alicia, to the salaries, these reds right here are because we helped with COVID. They're getting, that's money we're going to get back. So those are hours we did not. As you can see, we didn't budget anything there because it was something that we did not anticipate we were going to do. So that's when we were going out to all these different sites and helping out with COVID, helping out with the vaccines, the reading program that we had with the school district. So just a lot of different things. Does anybody have any questions? That's my quick version of explaining it. It's really complicated with the charges in and charges out, the way the city is set up, but it has to do with the fact that we only get that 500,000.
Yeah. So the charges out is, even though it's in a negative number, that means it's actually a positive amount of money. That will be adjusted at the end of the fiscal close, where we will show that we did get a 3.5 from sales tax.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so this is all estimated numbers here. So we would just want to let you know that we are really diligent, and Luz is really goes through a fine tooth and makes sure that things are appropriated and to the right line item, and that items are purchased based on request. You know, it's not just on a whim. They've been budgeted for.
I just want to say thank you for sharing that. I know how difficult governmental budgets are. It's no fun. And this is.
Oh, and this is Luz's spreadsheet.
Yeah.
This
This is
is not the
city.
city. Yeah, this is not the city spreadsheet. This is my spreadsheet that I
Oh my
gather the
God.
information from.
The other good news is we're going to combine all 3 departments into one budget, so it'll make it easier to find out all the expenses and appropriations, and then we'll just have one budget to account for instead of 3. So that'll be coming up in this fiscal year.
Cool.
Okay. Any other questions in regards to the budget? Statistics. We will be, we're finalizing June. We're still collecting some data because we get bits and pieces from different areas. As you can see, our circulation stats of materials is down, and it's because of COVID compared to last year's data. And then, however, you may see the increase in our electronic use, which is our virtual online databases and audiobooks. Look at exponentially how high that is compared to the year before. So it kind of evens out. people weren't in the library because we were closed or offering limited services, but they took advantage of all the resources that we offer online on through our website. So and that's really wonderful news.
Alicia, what's been the demand for the hotspots?
It's been high, and I also have news about that. So, but yes, and we're also looking at for your use also for visibility and for also for accountability. We are also revising how we're going to provide the board and the public our statistics. And so we're going to have Maine on one side and Freedom next to it so that you can compare both branches. And we're also restructuring how we collect other data so that it'll make more sense. And also we need to report these statistics to the California State Library. That's how we justify our funds and means to be able to support also our services. So what's another really great indicator of these stats is who's using our library and at what age and what area. So that you see this purple, blue area here is telling you the percentage of, individual amount of individuals who visit us who checked out during that month also. So that's a really good indicator of how we are providing service. We are also, it's a good way of showing that, who's coming to the library and from which area. So as you can see, we serve a lot of people from Monterey County. We've also, this is new, how we track, how we collect how we provide reference service. So we're collecting from those who come into the library via email, via phone, and then also how many questions are answered in the lab. The other thing that is changing is how we collect our statistics for our programs, because we now are going to go back into in-person, and so we do live, and then we're going to also do we've had virtual programming, so we have to track those statistics also. And then our fees and our fines. Due to COVID, we're not, it's just, we've been really empathetic about collecting fines, and we just want to make sure our library users come back into the library. So Alex does a really great job of listening to people, and we sometimes tend to waive people's fines because we rather we have that individual have a good experience at the library and then walk away and be unhappy in regards to just because it was a hard time and people couldn't come out of their homes to come to the library and drop off their materials. So we've been really, really good about that. Any questions on the statistics? Okay. In regards to grants, we've been very fortunate. We've applied for several, and the turnaround time frame, however, has been limited. We have to make sure they're wrapped up and all done by either August or September of this year. But we've been very fortunate. We got a youth programming grant. We named it Art iTech, $12,000 from the California State Library, and that was in support of buying new equipment for video and editing and podcasting, which we are going to have the participants from the poetry contest read their poems, and then we'll have them available on our website. And then we'll also have workshops and video tutorials on how to do video and editing using Adobe Photoshop and Acrobat. And then I just mentioned that we also got $7,000 from the Pacific Library Partnership to offer lunch with the library. And so that's where we're going out to the 9 visits, and we partner with Community Bridges. And then for the BiblioVan outreach, it kind of segues into that. We got $5,000 from the California State Library, and that was to expand technology in the van so that we are able to offer Wi-Fi and also be able to check out and issue library cards, check out books and issue library cards to patrons who come to the BiblioVan when we're out doing outreach visits. We are calling them pop-up events. And then we also got I'd say about $15,000 from the CARES Act. It's called the CARES Act, Bridging the Digital Divide, from the Southern California Library Cooperative. And that was enabling us to get an additional 15 hotspots and 6 Chromebooks, so that we will be able to also provide for people in the library when we do some form of hands-on training and different software and also applications. And I also wanted to mention that we also got laptops with the $12,000. It'll also, the money up for the lunch in the library will also is helping for the staffing. So for when we're having staff go out into the site, it's also paying for the staffing costs. And then we've applied for a Cal Humanities grant, and we're waiting to hear back from them. And that is also in support of staffing. So I'm still looking for grants, so we're applying. And tomorrow I'm going to be in a webinar for the FCC for another grant that is also for technology. So I'll keep you posted and updated about that. Since it's a federal money, it's a little bit more regulation. So I really need to look at the fine, infinite details of how to apply for that grant. Poet Laureate, I haven't gotten any submissions yet, so I'm hoping the board can go out and spread the word and have individuals who are interested to apply. The closing deadline is September 1st. And also, if you know anybody who would like to serve on the committee, where the call for committee members went out on July 1st. So, I really want us to see if we can get a good pool of individuals as to apply to be the Poet Laureate. So if you know of anyone, encourage them to apply. In regards to staff recruitments, we're having, as you may have noticed, announcements have gone out for recruitment for a librarian full-time and for on-calls and on-call library clerks. Now that we were able to start our new fiscal year, we were able to increase our on-call budget so that we can be able to provide this additional operational hours in the fall. And also, we're also going to start providing in-person programming. So Myra Ortiz left our organization. She was our senior IT specialist, so there will be a recruitment for that position also. We really need somebody to support us when equipment goes down or whenever we want to vet new software or new equipment. So that will be going out shortly. And we've gotten a really good pool of interested individuals already for the full-time librarian position. So we're really happy about that.
What qualifications do you look for a librarian?
They have to have an MLIS or at least be in school and about to graduate. They're in their final 2 semesters of that program. But for the on-call clerks, they really just need 1 year customer service experience. So if you know of anyone, encourage them to apply. And that's it for my report. And in regards to comments forms submitted by the public, we've gotten a couple of really good comments of people really, like Joyce said, super excited that we are open. So happy that we're doing the passive programming, which are the activity kits, throughout the COVID and throughout the summer. And the fact also that we provide interlibrary loan. And for those of you who don't know what that is that the library for free, if you have a book that we do not have in our collection, we will go nationwide and request that book for you so that you can read it and then return it. So we have one of our avid readers, which is our city attorney, who's been placing quite a few because he's doing some research on some history project. So he's been super excited that we've been able to find these really unique books from different libraries. And he's like, wow, you went all the way from the East Coast to get me this book. So just wanted to let you know that we provide that service. And that's it for my.
Well, that was a long drive.
It was through mail. Yes. And we're also, the other libraries that participate in, we're in part of a MOBAC which is the Monterey Bay Area Cooperative. So there's from Santa Cruz, Monterey, and San Benito County, we're in this cooperative, and then we share materials amongst each other. So that will service will be resuming also in the fall. Righty. Ready for the next item?
Yes, library use guideline. What, are there new guidelines?
Yes.
Okay,
So I've been attending quite a few conferences and workshops based around EDI, equity, diversity, and inclusivity, as many of you may have also. And so we took a look at our policies, and we're taking a look at our other policies to make them more inclusive. So I'm not sure if you saw the old one on our website, but it had rules of conduct, and it was always started out with the negative: do not do this, know that. So we're trying to do a more positive on what expected behaviors are in the library. So we don't have to approve it today. It can come back to next board meeting for approval, but I wanted to bring it up as new business because it is. We revamped it. The admin team came back and we eliminated the no sleeping and eliminated the not laying down on the floor, because it's inevitable that children will be on the floor, right? Or you can on your knees on the bottom of the shelf looking for items, and maybe you're reading the newspaper and you doze off. But so we're addressing the behavior. And so if you're snoring and being super loud, then of course we'll approach you and gently remind you that we want to make sure you're okay. You haven't passed out and gone on to heaven. So take a look at this, and we simplified it and made it much more user-friendly and much more inclusive. And so, but we did put down at the bottom that, if you don't abide by these guidelines, that we as staff still need to protect ourselves in accordance with if they're violating, certain laws that are not acceptable.
They
So
seem
it's
pretty
okay to
basic
talk on the
things.
cell phone in the library?
Yes, as long as it is at a conversation that does not disrupt anybody else's use of the library. So I'm leaving it up to the board today, whether you want to do a motion to approve this, or we table it to the next meeting.
It looks pretty basic to me.
Right.
And I know it seems like it's an obvious that shoes and shirts should be worn in the library, but
No,
but you have to, it's a safety issue. We have to, you'll always find that one person who will always say, well, where is it written?
Mhm.
What do you
make a
think
motion.
about changing the word allowed to okay, or not allowed to not okay? Because that allowed kind of gives it that lawful kind of sound to it, whereas I think if we used words like okay, it kind of tones it down a little bit.
We also have to look at it from a grammatical sense also.
Yeah.
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 yeah, I like allowed
I do.
with a little
Yeah.
bit more weight.
More professional.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
I make a motion to approve it.
I'll second that.
Mhm.
Do we
Roll
have to do a roll call? Yes. Shall we have a vote?
So I have moved by Alanis, seconded by Par. And I'll do roll call now. Alanis,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Corrigan,
Yes.
Munoz,
Yes.
Par,
Yes.
motion passes.
Alrighty.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions or input on anything. Have you had any input from the public? Alicia?
In regards to the guideline,
Yes, yes. Oh, no, of course not, because nobody's seen it.
well, they've seen the old one.
Yeah,
And so that's where we decided to, people were contesting about the sleeping and the laying on the floor. So
yeah.
that's when we decided we'd take that out. Mhm.
okay, so that's been approved and passed, and we're all set.
And
Their report from the Friends?
I don't think she made it to our meeting today, but I do have good news. We submitted a budget for programming. That's one thing that the Friends of the Library do every fiscal year is they allocate a percentage amount of money so that the library can provide programming. And this year's budget request was for $21,000 and they approved it. So at the next meeting, I will have a more detailed of what those programs will be for the upcoming year and the budgeted amounts for each adults, children's and youth services so that you can see a comparison. Also, I wanted to remind the board that if you purchase through Amazon, Amazon has if you sign in as Amazon Smile and you pick the Friends of the Library as an organization, a percentage of your purchase goes to the Friends of the Library, and that's one way of supporting the Friends. And then from regards to programs, the Book to Action did really well. The author talk that was on June 24th had more than 500 participants from across Santa Cruz, Watsonville, and the Sunnyvale Public Library, and he was such an engaging author. And we're wrapping up that grant also. We had book discussions in Spanish and in English about the book, and those were really well attended. They were through Zoom, and we even had one participant all the way from Southern California. So that was exciting news. That's the one thing about having virtual programming is you can get participants from all across the nation. And then, like I said, our summer reading program, our theme this year is Reading Colors Your World. And each week we center on a specific color. And I'm going to bring up the website really quick so you can see. We're having Ballet Folklorico every week. Graciela Vega does a different dance from a different region of Mexico. So this is signing up for the actual program, and I encourage the board to come in and pick up your free book because that's our mission is to put a book, one book in everyone's hand. And so you can either sign up on Beanstack through the website, or you can come in person. And then, of course, this was also made possible with the partnership with Pajaro Valley Unified School District. They provided a lot of the STEAM kits and books to give away also, and also the Friends of the Library. They helped with the materials, the supplies for the program. And let me go to the SRP events. So each week we have something new. And then we've done a video also to go along with the activity that Joyce was saying, that when you come in during the week. And then, so if you get a chance, go on our website and look at the various different projects that were given out for the individuals to do. This one was such a success, this Chia creature. It ran out like the midweek. And this week's theme is blue, and it's a stained glass kite craft kit. And then we also have passive programming in the library. So you can come in and it's on the board, how much this is watermelon weigh, or how many Skittles are in the jar. And this week is to build a bird craft so that they can hang it up in the children's room. So we're trying to encourage children to use their motor skills and not just be on a tablet. And also bring out their artistic qualities.
Yeah.
And then, so the video accompanies so that you can, it shows you how to go step by step on how to do a kite. And so this is all fun. And then of course, like I said, Graciela Vega's videos. And we also have a community quilt project. So we had kids that were beginners, intermediates, and advanced, and those were such a success. They also went out, and we're hoping they'll bring back their quilt, their patch, and we'll put it together, and this will be in display. And this is with, she's on the Friends board.
Rachel.
Rachel, yes. She's helping coordinate this also. And then I'm going to click on hers. So these were fun. So then different songs from different states and regions of Mexico. And then for her final program, she's going to have a drop-in session, and there'll be more information on that. And let me see. I believe that's it. And so there's a whole list of workshops that we're doing. And then for the grant, we have all these, the 3D printing workshop, the video editing, and Photoshop editing also. And so all these intro videos, I purchased a program that allows us to put these also interactive videos on our website. I also just wanted to highlight something new that is on our website also. If you go to the main page and you want to learn how to access Libby on your phone or the app on your computer, you see this, something new? This is a software program that I went ahead and purchased so that it would be a more interactive experience for the user. So right there at your fingertips, I don't know how to access Beanstack, which is our reading challenge program that also provides the 1000 before kindergarten. How do I use Flipster to read magazines? How do I download on my device, ebooks, audiobooks, and then also remind you, Diane, and those that work with little ones, Tumble Books, which is also just geared for children and for encouraging them to read. So that's new. And then we've also gone ahead and did that for all our databases. So if you go to our research databases and you click there, same thing, and interactive tutorials on how to use these databases. So we're going to target these in the fall to all, when we do outreach. The youth librarian is going to go out to Pajaro Valley Unified School and she's targeting the 9th graders. And we'll be doing book talks and then also showing them how to use our databases. And so how to cite correctly, because we're starting to realize that the students are prepared when they go off to college and they write an essay. So just wanted to let you know that we're digitally working really hard to make sure that we put out the word in regards to all the available resources and programming that we are offering at the library.
Nice.
You're always busy.
Always looking for how do we make it simple and how to, how do we work smarter, not harder.
Right.
And that's it for the reports.
Right. Okay. So I think that wraps it up for tonight. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Just one more thing, our next meeting will be August 19th, and but I believe it will be in the city council chambers. I'm trying to schedule a training so we could have it in there. But Erwin's on vacation right now, and then I'm on vacation, so hopefully I'm crossing my fingers that we'll get it done before our next meeting.
So all commissions are moving towards in-person starting in August. So you'll be official. You'll get to sit up on where the city council sits. You'll have your own little placard. And we're going to, the reason why Luz needs training is how to use the visual and the audio. And so that way, it'll make you'll feel like it's an actual board, actual library board commission, all official.
That's great.
You'll even have an anvil, Barbara, where you can bring to order and to motion. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to join us at the library board meeting, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in August.
Great, thank you.
Thank you for all that you do.
Thank you
Yeah.
for your support. And like Diane said, plug an ear into your council member. Go talk.
Yes, thank you,
Take
everybody.
care.
Did we need a
Thank you.
motion to adjourn?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's adjourned.
Thank you, Barbara.
Okay.
See you next time. Thank
Bye-bye.
you, Alicia, Luz, and Alex.
In person.
A nice
Yeah.
job prepping for the meeting, Alicia.
Bye, Mr. Brown.
Luz.
Thank you. Bye. You guys have a good night.
Nice seeing you again.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Joyce.